Hey guys, sorry about that. A little bit of connection issues, but it won't happen again. It's fixed now. Thank you. So I apologize. I'm going to wait just a minute for everybody to get back in, or the people that are waiting for a reading at least. And Michaela, we're going to get you uh, taken care of real quick. So let me know when you're back in here, Michaela. It was weird, right? Hey, Kim. Okay, Michaela's back. As everyone else comes in, if one of my mods can just explain that we're back. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, definitely. How's the connection? Are we good now? Good. Okay. So there's definitely an energy of sort. So Michael, no, I've got Michaela, and then I'm going to move on to yours. So I'll have you repost your question, Michael. Um, there's this energy of this sort of wistfulness. This person cares a lot about you, Michaela, but there's a little bit of cold feet. Here's the good news about you and Rick. You've got a new beginning coming. So the Ace of Wands is definitely something new, something sort of some passion coming in, something being ignited. It can be a sexual energy, just so you're aware, but I feel like what it really is just this exciting energy of, like you're being given a chance to really both ignite in something passionate that you both feel the same way about, right? That you both sort of share this passion about something. So that's really a great energy of just really being excited and sort of feeling optimistic about the future. And so I feel like the main thing you need to know is your role in this is sort of that Queen of Cups energy, Michaela, which is just sort of about, uh, being open hearted, sort of coming from a place of wholeness and centeredness and healing, and just trusting that what's coming for you and what's meant for you will never, never miss you. I feel he definitely is going to acknowledge how he feels. He may not tell you everything you want to hear just yet, but there's a passionate new beginning here, and I think you're going to feel very clearly how he feels. If that makes sense, you're going to feel that. So you will get an acknowledgement. It may not be the words you want to hear yet, but you're going to get an acknowledgement pretty soon that's very demonstrative in an actions type way. And actions speak a lot louder than words sometimes, right? Sometimes actions speak a lot louder than words, so that's a great thing. All right, so good luck with that, Michaela. And yeah, I wish you and Rick a lot of love and happiness. Roxana, is Roxana back? Michael, let me do Roxana because I'm trying to rotate between paid and freebies tonight because this is a special night if she's here. And then if not, we'll move back to we'll do yours. So just hold your question for a sec, please, Michael. Roxana. Yeah, it's if you want to get on the list, it's $ Ray of Light Tarot to Cash App. But otherwise, I am doing some freebies. So if you want to wait and see if you can win a freebie, you can wait. But we got to get this thing moving. I guess Roxana's not back yet. So Michael, go ahead and throw your question up. I'm going to read the list again. Guys, have your questions ready to go. Okay, thanks, Leota. Have your questions ready to go because we don't want to delay at all. So I've got Michael, Roxana, Debbie, Tracy, Chris, Kim, K Moon, Maurice, Leota. Okay, Roxana, we'll come back to you because I got to do Michael's. His is up. Have yours ready the next time I call you. Okay, Roxana, thanks. My soulmate is in engaged bliss and is getting married next month, so I'm singing at his wedding. I would just like to know if there's anything on the horizon regarding someone special. Let's see. What's the outlook for Michael in love and the situations? Michael, you've got to stop carrying the burden of this relationship on your own. This is not it's not a burden. And something that I've learned, what woke me up spiritually was a twin soul connection. And we don't even talk. Like we are not, we have no relationship whatsoever in everyday life. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like I'm really, I think the point of that kind of love is to sort of recognize that that kind of love is so special. It doesn't really require reciprocation in any way because it's really about what it does for you and how it changes you and makes you grow as a person and makes you learn hard, but important lessons, and who you don't want to be just as much as who you do want to be. That's a big thing that I've learned from that was I learned just as much about who I don't want to be as a person as who I do want to be. And I think that's a big thing for you. You have some tough energy here. There's no denying it, right? You've got the Tower and the Ten of Wands. This is a painful energy. Um, but this feels like you're carrying a burden that you don't need to carry. Um, you love this person obviously enough that you want them to be happy, right? This kind of love is a love that ultimately, when you get outside of yourself, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes when we have strong feelings, right? That's life. We make mistakes. But ultimately, it's the kind of love that when you get outside of yourself and really address the truth, you want that person to be happy, no matter whether it's with the man on the moon, you, or whatever. And that's what that's about. You've got a choice to make here. You cannot you've got the Three of Cups here. You've got an energy of collaboration. It's in reverse though. And you've got the Lovers. That's a major arcana. You have a choice here. You first have this Tower that's got to come down. This is a soul connection, but it's not built on a solid foundation. So it's not on, it's like you both have this amazing strong bond, but you're not on the same frequency. There's some issue here. You have the opportunity to find what really is meant for you. And maybe you wouldn't appreciate what's meant for you if you hadn't had this connection with this person, but you have to be open to and really connected to the fact that that love, like any great and real and deep love, is not at all about what that other person gives you back. It's what you are, what awakens within you, how it changes you, how it shows you what kind of person you do and do not want to be. And the Lovers is also, I think, a promise. That's Gemini energy. It's that airy, it's a little bit dreamy too. It's kind of it feels like sort of a floating on clouds type of energy, because it's like there's all of these things, the clouds, you just watch them kind of roll by. There's this opportunity for something really special to come in and you don't want it to pass you by. And so it's so important to really make sure that you go really deep within and ask yourself, what is this energy of collaboration that's like been put on hold? What have I not been receptive to because of other ideas in my head? Because all of our little monkey minds will tell us things that just aren't true. And so, especially when it comes to like need and desire and things like that. But when it comes to love and connection, there is no separation. Love is always reciprocal when it's pure and unconditional and it comes from the heart space. It just is. Somebody else may not connect to it the right way, but that's their issue between them and their God. It's not really about you two as human beings, because spiritually, from Source's perspective, you are connected. But right here, this Three of Cups is about doing a dance with a soulmate, and I don't think it's the one you mentioned. I think it's a new soulmate, because it wouldn't be delayed like this, unless this soulmate is meant to move on from this marriage and come to you in this situation, but it doesn't feel that way, because if it did, it wouldn't feel like this right now. I mean, and if it is meant to, this still shouldn't be your burden right now. If that is what this person is meant to do, it's not your burden, it's theirs, right? So I don't know, whatever this is, let it come. Don't resist the Tower. The Tower is a scary card, and sometimes it sucks, but the worst thing we can do with the Tower is try to resist it. That doesn't do anybody any good. So don't try to resist the Tower, okay? Please. Focus on the Lovers as an outcome, and it's about choosing you, and then once you do that, and maybe you have to do it over and over every day as part of your rituals and meditation, choosing yourself, affirmations, and as long as you keep doing that, it's going to cause you to open up and be receptive to what Spirit has for you, and that will never do you wrong. That will be the right thing always. Okay, Roxanne, are you ready to put your question up? Thank you, Michael. Good luck. Let go of those burdens, Michael. I made a magical connection with an Aquarius man 6 months ago. Let's see where this is going. What is it? What relationship? You're welcome, Roxanne. Hold on. Thank you, Boot Henderson. That's such a Georgia Bulldogs football player name. Champ Bailey. Garrison Hurst. Herschel Walker. Boot Henderson. Seven of Wands. So there's definitely some... This person has a lot of growth to do. They're going from Prince of Wands to King of Swords and then kind of back again. This person doesn't deal with mental stressors very well. This person is not a person who deals with anxiety very well. And you can see this, there's all these swords flying in the Nine of Swords, and that person's like covering their ears. You know, the swords, those are truth bombs. That's a bunch of truth coming in at this person. And they're like, no, I don't want to hear it. Why is this person ignoring the truth? You know, Aquarius is a strong sign, but the thing about Aquarius that is sort of a deficit is an Aquarius can be they're the water bearer. They can be so loving and beautiful, but they tend to have this clinical detachment that just turns you off because you see this good side that's so beautiful, but then if you don't say, if you don't, this person is like, if you don't do exactly the right thing at the right time, this person's just going to detach, shut down and not give you anything. And that's no good. Like nobody wants that kind of crap. And so with this energy, and that is sort of some Aquarius energy that I get, it's usually been mixed with other signs, but that Aquarius energy, it's like clinical detachment. It's like, I'm so sorry for the loss of your loved one. It's very sincere, but there's not a lot of heart energy coming through. And it's because they have to be that way because the heart space energy is strong. It flows. It's beautiful, but they have to really force themselves to stay in that heart space that's honest. This person is not wanting to hear the truth or see the truth. They're kind of dilly-dallying or going through some kind of energy of not allowing things. This is avoidance, right? It's like blocking the door, avoidance. That Seven of Wands, it's not letting you in. You're not coming in. You're not coming near me. So here you are trying to see some growth here, and there is growth. We're going from Prince of Coins or Pentacles, coins, to King of Swords. But that sword energy, that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's that air energy that gets you every time. This person is just so logical, clinical detachment, yet again. So what I sort of see here is a whole lot of maturing for this person, but still a need to drop it down from the head to the heart. I think for you, what you really need to do right now is detach too. Not saying like, oh, break up or don't be with this person, but sort of detach a little bit. Lower your expectations. Always hope for the best. Always be open, but don't expect too much from this person. This person's got a long way to go. I mean, these cards feel pretty resistant to something. Okay, and you are going to have some things happening, but it's a little delayed. Coming out, there's sort of a waiting period. Then there has the potential to be wish fulfillment in this connection, but it's not coming tomorrow. Just know that, okay? Know that wish fulfillment is not coming tomorrow, and there is this Ace of Swords, but it's in reverse. So all of this energy of like the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, the Ace of Swords, a new beginning, a lot of good communication, honesty, emotionally honest communication. It's all delayed. It's all on this holding pattern. Why? Because somebody is not connecting to the truth. The truth is very scary to this person when it comes to emotional stuff and letting that stuff flow in a very honest way. So it's probably due to childhood traumas and things like that. That usually is the case, but whatever it is doesn't really matter because it's not your problem. You can't fix somebody else. You can't save someone. Doesn't matter how much you love somebody, you can't save them. Shit, we can't even save ourselves most of the time. So all you can do, turn it inward, namaste, focus on your higher self and the balancing of your energies. We talk about balancing and chakras and centeredness and ascension and all that spiritual stuff, but it's so important because if you don't do that, you can't be receptive to the good things that are supposed to come in. And so your person's, whatever they're battling, they're just going to continue cycling out through that stuff, and you're going to continue cycling through your reaction to that. So a relationship that was meant to be a beautiful connection could get stuck in a place where one person's avoidance issues are feeding another person's abandonment issues, and it just goes round and round, and you don't want that kind of relationship. Trust me, you don't want it. Some people are like, I just want them to be with me. I don't care. No, you don't. I know you're not saying that's you, but nobody really wants that kind of relationship. Trust me. So the flow starts by going in here and focusing on your stuff. This shows that this person has a lot of connecting to the heart space to do, but for you, all you can do is stay in on your connection and really focus on that green heart energy, right? That Archangel Raphael stuff, that healing of the heart space. That's going to help a lot. Good luck, Roxana. Debbie, what's your question? Are you ready, Debbie? That was deep. What it is, Debbie, what it is. What it is. No PayPal. If you're in the United States, you can download Cash App, and it's $ Ray of Light Tarot, all one word. It'll just take a seckie. Okay. What's the outlook for Debbie? Thank you, Kaylee. I'll get you added. So the Four of Swords says that what you're doing is leading to a lot of healing, and you're growing into this sort of Aries, this energy of like being a renegade almost. It's really kind of cool. And I know that, I know that what's on your mind a lot right now is partnership and relationship and, soulmates and stuff. But you've got such a great energy. You've got some major arcanas here. And the Ten of Cups is here too. It's in reverse. So it is kind of delayed, but what it's being delayed for like the reason it's being delayed because of like what you're doing is really worth it. Look at this. Four of Swords. So this is major healing coming in. A lot of, I feel like it's a lot of decalcifying of your pineal gland. And as you decalcify that pineal gland and really continue to grow spiritually, you're coming into this Emperor energy, which is like badass 101. Okay, I'm gonna go and get mine, and I'm gonna go and the wheel of fortune's not spinning in my favor. It's just gonna like just slam dunk in my favor. And that's when this Ten of Cups that's here as the Ten of Cups is here at the bottom of my deck, which means it's the overriding energy. And it's also in reverse. So what does that mean? That means two things. It means number one, the Ten of Cups, that ultimate romantic, familial, all the whole package soulmate connection. It's the underlying reason that all of this is happening. So it's a big part of the picture in the story, but it's delayed because this has to happen first. And this is the badass mobile. You're getting on the badass choo-choo train and going to Badassville. So this is becoming a badass. This is the healing that takes place within you and by default with the people around you, your children. You're setting such an amazing example as you sort of light your chakras. I'm seeing like the chakras lighting up. Bing, 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 bing. And as they light up, Wheel of Fortune turns. So what, in answer to your question, I feel like there's a big journey coming, and it's to somewhere far away. I'm not getting a lot about a home or a house though. It feels kind of very nomadic. I'm not saying you're meant to go be a nomad or be one of the 12 wandering tribes of Israel or something like that. No, I'm just saying like there's a very nomadic energy here that just feels like it's not really about, here you are. It's so interesting. Your human mind is focused on settling down in partnership, a home where you live, all of these important things, yes. But your higher self has a plan that's like, oh, sweetie, no, we're not talking about getting still. We're talking about being on the move. The Wheel of Fortune spinning. You're becoming an emperor. All the while you're healing so that you can have this Ten of Cups flip upright and come in. It's like all of this movement, and you don't even really have time to focus on a home and a settling down. That's all going to happen very naturally, but it's kind of as the result of just opening up. And don't resist this energy of sort of whizzing through life, because it feels like it's this building momentum that you're just supposed to let it build and go, go, go. It just feels really good, and it feels like nothing's disordered or out of place. It all feels like it's happening like it's supposed to, and it feels abundant and just beautiful. So I think don't resist this. Do not resist this. Let this in, okay? And just really I mean, look at that. These are majors, guys. These are major arcanas, the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. This is literally saying that as this new cycle comes in, and it comes in like a bat out of hell, she's in charge now. She's in charge. You don't have to, and you're going to feel so empowered as you've got to let this in, because as you become empowered and feel this power, you're not going to ever wait for a man. You're not going to ever wonder who's doing what to who and why, because you're in charge from now on. This is you stepping into your power, taking charge, and being a boss. Okay? Go be a boss. Don't take crap from anybody. This is good stuff. The healing just happens also as sort of a secondary by default. The that we talk about all the time, that healing happens for you as just the result of stepping into power. You know, those like evangelical preachers always talk about just step into salvation with Jesus. Just step into it. Why are you staying in your guilt and your blah, 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 blah? And I kind of feel like that type of energy, like you hear those evangelicals talk about, it's kind of like all the things that we all worry about every day. For you, Debbie, you don't have to do that. You just have this opportunity coming to just step right into this power, this empowering, in charge energy. Aries, the renegade. I feel like this renegade, right? Chief Osceola and renegade, right? It's really good. So I don't have the answer to your house question. I feel like whatever it is, don't let it become something that takes you off your course or takes too much of your focus. Remember, the right answer will come, and just kind of remind yourself, if any of this stuff becomes overwhelming, remember to say, it actually doesn't matter. That's actually inconsequential to what I'm actually doing. As long as I stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, things like that will work themselves out perfectly, and the right answers will come to you intuitively without fail and without question, just every time. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Okay, next we're going to do Tracy. Tracy, are you here? I've got Tracy, Chris, Kim, K-Moon, Maurice, Leota, Kaylee, and then Colleen. Maya, I'll give you the opportunity to win a reading in just a few minutes. We're going to have another game in just a few minutes. I've got a list here, guys. Thank you, Betty. So, guys, when I call your name from the list, from the donation, when I call your name off the list, put your question up. Right now, I want the question from Tracy. Is Tracy here? Oh, she doesn't have her question ready. Tracy, get your question ready, and okay, you need to refresh your screen so that you'll be caught up, and I'm going to come to you next. So have your question ready. Next, now I'm going to do Chris. Chris, what's your question? I know you had put it up earlier. What's your question, Chris? Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to be impatient. We don't have a lot of time to waste. Great. Awesome, Chris. You had it ready. Thought I was fixing typo, but was sending questions instead. Best choice to make. Wait, is Rob? Okay. Is Rob her future? What's this connection with Rob, and what's the most likely outcome and the guidance for Chris? High Priestess, Ace of Cups. Yeah, I think that Rob is a great choice and an option for you. Rob does have someone in his life who's a younger female energy. I don't know if he has a daughter. Maybe that's what it is. But if it's not a daughter, you need to find out who this female is. You're coming out as the High Priestess, which is amazing. Rob comes out as the Emperor, which is, again, a really empowered energy. But it's funny how a card can mean one thing 1 minute. And this card just meant all these awesome things for Debbie's reading. But now what this card is more about for you is it's a great energy. He's a strong person, but he's very stubborn. This is someone who's very resistant to certain change. So just be aware of that. It's just a different energy I'm getting from it. So be aware of it. That's why you get these readings, to find out what's going on. But the good news is you do have the Ace of Cups here. So this is not this connection. The reason you're asking about it, Spirit gave you this connection. Spirit sent you this gift. It's an Ace of Cups. It's a gift, a new beginning. Whatever the Princess of Swords is, the reason I said it may be a daughter or it could be a coworker also, because it doesn't feel like a romantic relationship with this Princess of Swords. She feels like someone who gives him a lot of grief. So if he has someone in his life that's a female, maybe I would say a mother, but it's a younger energy. It's a princess, unless it's his mother's like a narcissist who's really immature. I don't know what this is. There is a female energy that's somehow affecting your connection with this person. So just be aware of that. I don't know what that is, but doesn't really matter. It's just something to be aware of. It's a minor, it's a minor thing. It's just an immature energy. You're the High Priestess here. This is not a challenge for you. It's just like it's like an itch that you need to flick away. It's like that fly buzzing around. You got to get rid of it. You're the High Priestess. It doesn't bother you. You need to make mental note of it. Okay. Again, he's an emperor. So as you're the High Priestess and this is the Emperor, to be the true match, he would be the Magician or the Hierophant to your High Priestess, or you would be the Empress to his Emperor. So that means you guys are going to be a little bit of a frequency issue in the beginning, but because this is a gift of the divine, there is a lot to be gained from this connection. There's a purpose to it, and I think that it's definitely something you're meant to explore further. I don't like this Princess of Swords. I don't know who or what this energy is in his life, but I don't like it at all. I have to tell you, I really don't like this energy, Chris. So just be aware of it. Try to figure out what this is about. I think if you don't know right now, it's going to dawn on you pretty quick because it feels like a really menacing energy. Okay, it's a menacing energy that we don't want in this connection. So just remember that this is a gift from the divine. That Ace of Cups is a gift of love from the divine. So this love, it's flowing. That cup's overflowing. So that is a direct gift from the divine, from your higher self and his to each other. So that's really beautiful. Anytime you have that, it's worth, exploring further and giving a chance to, right? So that's really nice. Thank you, Chris. Tracy, are you ready? Is Tracy ready? You're welcome. Got you on the list, Jennifer. All right, so I don't think Tracy's ready. Okay, so Kim, are you ready? Just X out and come back and it'll be caught up and you just have to move the thing to the end. Are you ready, Kim? We can do Kim or Kay, either one. Guys, have your question typed and cut it so you can just paste it when you're ready, when we call on you. We got Kim, then K Moon. Okay, Alondra, thank you. I've got Kim, K Moon, Maurice, Leota, Kaylee, Colleen, Jennifer, and Alondra. So, Kay, do you want to throw yours up, or Maurice? Somebody throw their question up, guys. We can't have dead air. We got to keep it moving. I mean, my battery is not going to last for us to finish this if we don't get the questions up. Hook me up with general insight for my twin. You got it. You got it, K Moon. You got it. What does Kay need to know about her twin soul situation at this time? What is the most important thing for her to know, Spirit, at this time? Guys, have your question typed and ready to hit it in as soon as I call on you, please. Because tonight we're on a really tight thing. Okay, Tracy, I'll come back to you after I do Kay. I know. Well, I'm not going to say anything that's not appropriate, though, okay? I know how to have a little decorum up in here. It's really interesting. He's coming into an energy of really wanting you to acknowledge him in ways that make him feel special. And I'm not sure what that's about because you've got the Hermit in reverse as the overall energy. So it's coming out of a period. Will someone let Tracy know? She's on a big delay, I think, because she's still typing stuff. She needs to refresh, I think. So the Hermit's in reverse. And, that means the relationship is coming out of a period of isolation, it looks like, or some kind of quiet solitude, which wisdom is coming in during that period of, well, he's coming out with the Strength card, and then you've got the Empress card. So you're very much the nurturer in this connection, at least on an energetic level, which totally makes sense to me. But you've got the Seven of Pentacles here leading to the Three of Cups. So there is a little bit of annoyance with the patience required here. Even though there's a willingness to be patient, there's a little bit of annoyance with it or a little bit of frustration there. So just remember, your patience always pays off. I love this Three of Cups in this deck in the Cosmic Tarot because it's like they're doing an interpretive dance, these soulmates. And so to me, it's like just to remember, and you know this already, but it's so important to remember, Kay, that you and your twin soul are doing an interpretive dance, right? Even when you're not even talking. If someone is truly a twin soul, you could be out of touch. I mean, guys, go back. People go, my twin soul and I are like, he's ignoring me. I'm giving up. I'm walking away. Hello, if you're calling someone your twin soul, obviously you've read the bullet points of what a twin soul is. One of the biggest things that defines a twin soul relationship is what? It's marked by long periods of separation. That's what it is. That's what the connection is. It is marked by long periods of separation for a large portion of it. So don't be shocked by that. Don't get annoyed by that. And I don't think you are, Kay, but a lot of people are. Like, that too. And a lot of people just don't seem to get that through their head that that's what it is. Like, that is what it is. So you're kind of not getting that that's what it is if you're getting frustrated and saying you're done. There's a patience here, but there is a little bit of, I want to get back to the interpretive dance. Well, remember, that interpretive dance is going on all the time, exactly deep integration of light codes. And like you said, that when you have those moments together, right? A weekend together where you're encountering each other and growing in certain ways. The integration starts. What happens? The growth, right? The expansion, and then you got to go and integrate, right? You got to do that. It takes time. It takes time. It takes time. And I can feel the growth that I've gone through during this recent year. It's been painful, painful, hardcore, like punch me in the nose sometimes type of painful, but so good, it's so beautiful. And he comes out as the strength card. So this to me, there's that Leo energy, that lion, right? And it's so much about something to do with, to me, it's like, I'm here, and I think of this lion with his mane and how he just kind of looks over his kingdom. It's like there's an awareness of how expansive this connection is, but there's also a fear of truly embrace. It's very interesting. There's a mirroring between you two. We were just talking about your fear of really expanding and embracing your power. Your twin soul has the same fear. Your twin soul has the same fear, but it's about something else. But it's the same at the root of it. You're experiencing the same fear in that way. He's afraid of embracing this power. Maybe he's afraid of the way, I don't, similar things you're afraid of, but for the wrong reasons, just like you are. It's so beautiful. It's so interesting, this dance. But that's what I was going to say. That interpreted that dance goes on whether you guys are in each other's daily lives or not. You could not talk for 10 years, but that dance is still happening on an energetic level because you're both integrating those light codes and you're growing and you're becoming that self that's going to be there the next time the twins come together. Because true twin souls don't go, ooh, bang, 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 like people that hook up every other week. True twin souls go through a year, 2 years of a lot not communicating, and then they come back 6 months, and then it's long period, and a lot of times the periods of time, from what I'm understanding, get longer before it gets better. And so this is a very deep situation. It's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear here, and I think it's because things we didn't even talk about maybe a year ago that maybe you weren't afraid of, they're coming up now. There's new, so there is growth. There's major growth, but there's new fear. With major growth, new fears come up that weren't there before because you weren't dealing with the same things you're dealing with now. So I guess I like the fact that there's two major arcana coming out with the Empress and the Strength card, and I think just keep the faith. You're coming out of this isolation, right? The Hermit's in reverse, so you're coming out of this period of isolation. Something's coming back around. There's a full circle moment here, so it feels really good. And I don't even know what's going on in your connection because we haven't really had a chance to catch up. But this is what we've got. So take it for what resonates. You know what to do. Okay, so who was I waiting for to put up there? Pusha. I don't know what that means. PSHH. Psh, I don't know what that means. Is it Tracy? Yeah, Tracy, what's you're welcome, Kay. Love you, mean it. Yeah, Tracy, what's your question? Is Tracy here? Hola, Miss Voorhees. Do I travel or do I stay here? What's the guidance for Tracy regarding traveling or staying in place for now? Good evening, Angel. And thank you, Kim. I will work with yeah, Kim's good about those colors, right? You can't see. Well, you've got the Chariot, so quite clearly there is an energy of, I feel obviously, this isn't really hard to interpret. There's movement here, there's travel, there's movement. What you need to be aware of, though, is you're leaving something behind here with the Two of Pentacles. So you are being guided to do both. You're being guided to do some traveling or some kind of movement forward, and you're being guided to know that you're leaving something. You're making a conscious, fully aware choice to let go of something from the past that at one time had a lot of value. Also, if it comes to a person, whether it's, what did you say, your ex-spouse, that person's always going to be in your life on some level because you have the Six of Cups here. This is one of those soulmate connections that's very cyclical, much like I was just talking to Kay about with like a twin soul connection, those long periods of separation. And then you come back to integrate the light codes and then all that stuff. So there's that. There's this sort of, and this isn't necessarily twin souls, but it's a similar, there's a cyclical nature. It comes back around. So the thing with this kind of connection that you want to be aware of is you don't want to repeat cycles. When it comes back around, you want to be in a new cycle where you're doing new work and new growth and new things happening. You don't want to ever repeat a cycle. So stay woke and aware. But yeah, you're coming out as the Queen of Swords. So you're being called to be very really aggressive in just cutting out what's not serving you, saying goodbye to the past, not holding on, being very much someone who lets go in a very almost selfish way. I'm not sure why that is. I've been getting a lot of messages from people lately about being selfish. I don't know if that's where my head is, maybe a little bit. But be a little selfish, not in a hurtful way, but just in a way that puts yourself, your needs first, foremost, and last too. Don't let anyone who doesn't give you exactly what you give to them um, energy vamp you, because people will vamp your energy whether they mean to or not. There are energy vampires all around, and a lot of them don't even realize they're energy vampires. They just are. And so it's not like someone's a bad person. They're a sleepwalker. They're not awake or connected, and so they're draining energy all over the place, and they don't even realize it. And you want to protect yourself from people like that. And sometimes part of protecting yourself is being selfish. It is your time. So go ahead and move into that energy sort of with a little bit of self-centeredness, at least in as much as you're serving what's best for you first and foremost, okay? And letting the needs of others that you care about rank up there, but the wants and desires of others don't even need to be on your list unless they're meeting your wants and desires too. Okay? Just remember that. Thank you, Tracy. Kim, are you ready? Or should I go on to Maurice? Hi, Rebecca. Welcome back. Welcome back, Rebecca. You'll be last. Okay. Oh, guys, also, I think Jai and I are going to be on Sunday night. If you want to get on the list for that, just you have to. I don't know. We haven't talked about the price, but I'll talk to her. I think we're going to be doing Sunday night, the readings we do together as like sort of twofers. I know you love me because I'm goofy. I was playing Truly by Lionel Richie, thinking about you, Rebecca, because you got me thinking about that Lionel Richie song. It's such a good song. Oh my gosh. Okay, Kim, it's okay. We won't do Kim, you're on a delay apparently. So you need to make sure and catch up. Maurice, are you here? Maurice. Maurice. I know I'm being goofy tonight. Goofier than normal, and I'm always goofy. I am goofy. I think I'm tired. You are so real. You so real. It takes a village, I tell you. I met you and Jai. I know Jai and I haven't gotten to do one together in a while. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I guess we'll move. Kim, if you're not ready, I will move on to Maurice. Maurice, what's your question? Is Maurice here? Guys, have your questions ready. Maurice, Leota. I've got Maurice, Leota, Kaylee, Colleen, Jennifer, Alondra. No, I was just getting. I'm just moving back up the chain. I've been in like a long slump until the last like until about 2.5 3 weeks ago. I've really been feeling much better the last like 3 weeks. Okay, Alondra, you got it. Thank you for throwing a question up. Usually I don't like that, but thank you. Like, nobody's giving me their questions, so okay. Closure is an illusion. No such thing, really. You've got something really good coming for you, but it is kind of time to really just put your nose down and work for what you want. This is about completion of a cycle. The Eight of Pentacles is not just that. In this deck, it is about the completion of a cycle and how it's going to really lead to you having, uh, if you're willing to let go, having the ability to bring in some really nice material things. So this is like not just a relationship or a person. This is like things that are going to be lasting and really cemented in if you want them to be. You're coming out as the Princess of Wands. This can be an energy of feeling a little bit lustful at loose ends, not knowing where to go, maybe missing someone, or maybe wanting some physical comfort, even wanting to be held. And it's okay. This person's feeling the same thing about you. Is it Michael, King of Cups, a little bit sad and blue, a little bit sad, a little bit, heart space energy leading from that. That Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, it's a lot of watery energy, and it's not necessarily I think the right energy to be in at this point. This feels like a person who's always in the wrong energy at the wrong time, and I'm not, saying that as an insult. It's just kind of a shame because it looks like this could have been something really nice. But you do have the Lovers card as an outcome card. That's Gemini energy. It represents like the twins, so it's like having to choose between one thing or the other. And I think you've got this head and heart stuff going on, and it's really important to let go of what was not serving you and remember that what you put the work into in this next cycle is going to pay off really well. So don't be afraid to put that work in. Don't be afraid to go after what you want, and don't be afraid to let go of this person. Even if you didn't get closure, if you let go, if they're meant to come back, then it'll be a fresh slate. If you hold on to stuff from the past, then that makes those relationships where people get back together, but then they always bring crap up from the past, and it never works. You have to really just kind of let go and clear the slate, move on as if whatever. That's the thing. Another thing, Kay, talking about like twin souls, the funny thing about a twin soul connection is, yeah, you have these major times of periods apart, and you have major things that pull you apart, but when you come back together in a new cycle, the past is just the past. It's like it never even exists. All the stuff that happened, it just kind of gets wiped away. It's like a whole new thing. And you really do go on. That's another sign of a twin soul. All the stuff that happened, you just kind of, oh, that doesn't even get brought up in the next cycle. It's so weird. It's not like any other relationship. Any other relationship, it's all baggage. It's all baggage, but with a twin soul, there's new baggage that comes up, but it's always something new. That past stuff, whatever, it just falls right away. It's very strange. Part of why, yeah, and that is why the long pauses are so long. There's so much growth and so much healing, and you always come back stronger and better. It's a beautiful thing, really a beautiful thing. So if that is what this is, I don't know that, but if that is what this is, well, I think that's a big sign that it is okay to just let go. Just let it go and keep it moving and just be open to whatever the future holds. Because it's really a journey with yourself. That type of journey is not a journey with the other person. So it is, but it's really about yourself. And like I said, learning to know what kind of person you don't want to be just as much as what kind of person you do want to be, right? It will never pass you by. And that's truth. That's real. That's a true thing. That's a true thing. Okay. So that's three truths. That's three truths. The truth. There you go. Okay, so that was Alondra. Who's ready? Maurice, Leota, Kaylee, Colleen, Kim, any of you, please put a question up, guys. Leota, having knee surgery March 27th. Now everybody's putting it's so funny. Having knee surgery March 27th. Mike Aleo broke up with me on Tuesday, did not give me a good reason. Do you see us getting back together, and if he misses me? Okay. How's Mike feeling toward Leota? He's trying to move into a new cycle or start something new. He's trying not to miss you. He's trying to be very in his head, very logical. King of Swords coming out. So King of Swords is not necessarily an energy of someone missing you, but that's okay. Don't freak out yet. Hold on, let's see what else is there. You're being called to focus on material things. A lot of people are being called to do that are in soulmate type connections that aren't going anywhere right now. Being called to really focus on your material world. Use your awakening to help yourself. You've got the sun as an overall energy. So you're really on a mission to find happiness. And again, it's about your inner child. It's not about that person. Yes, of course this person misses you. If you have a connection with somebody that has had this tremendous of an effect on you, of course it's had a similar effect on them. They may not react to it the same way as you. They may have a different issue with their God and their higher self. That's their problem, not yours. You're being called to embrace this judgment energy, this sort of reawakened energy, and allow it to move you through your portal and choose your path wisely, because you're being called to not allow yourself to get too much in the headspace, but you're being called to really, really, hold on. Okay, guys, please hold the comments until in between readings, okay? Because it distracts me off. I'm like literally reading for someone right now, so make sure you hold the comments. I got you, Betty. Thank you. But please, for now, everyone try to hold space for Leota so that she gets a really good reading, and that we'll do the same thing for you when it's your turn. Everyone just take turns really holding space for the person that I'm connecting with and reading for at the moment, okay? So yeah, I just really think that the Judgment card is a major arcana. The Sun as the overall energy is another major arcana. These two cards together are really, they're both masculine energies. And what that means is that's an energy of being a little aggressive, going after what you want and not being shy about it. Now, that doesn't mean going after a partner necessarily, or trying to get back with Mike. Just the opposite. Just the opposite. That stuff is... The only time you need to go after a person like that is when you owe them an apology, an explanation, or you feel guilty for something, or you feel like maybe you've been unfair, things like that. Yeah. In those situations, you need to sort of try to retrieve a person. But in any other case, you just got to move on. And so this is really about you. Yes, he misses you, though. I think there's definitely an energy of that. I think he's trying to avoid that energy. I think he's really trying to be in his headspace and be very logical. And that's tough. So I'm sorry you're going through that. All right. So next question was Colleen. Joey is mistreating me out of the blue. What is going on with him in our relationship? What's going on with Joey for Colleen? What does she need to know about this? Whoa. So, Joey's really aware of how strong this connection is and that it's spiritual. And he also is putting a lot of guilt on you. Like you said, this is you, the Ten of Wands. He's here with the Four of Cups, which is very much a resistant energy. Like he's not, oh, you don't need to repost the question. I already read it. He's here with this sort of, it's like, it's an awareness that this is a strong connection, but there's a lot of resistance here. This is shifting. You need to be focusing on your passions, though. This is, again, another example. This Queen of Wands, she's creative. She's powerful. She's magical, but she's very creative in the way she does things. It's about focusing on the future and the news cycle. Yeah, Kim's going to be next. She's already put hers up, I think, Kay. It's about focusing on the future and a news cycle and not letting the past get you down. So I don't see this person really changing what they're going to do until you change what you're willing to put up with. So continue to, don't be a doormat. I feel like there's a little bit of an energy of, yeah, this person isn't treating you right, but there's an energy of people only treat us the way we let them treat us. And you've got to kind of go, I don't care what you, like, if someone is mistreating you, but you're worrying about whether it's over, that's a problem you've got to look inside about, sweetie, because if someone's not treating you right, your concern shouldn't be whether it's over. Your concern should be how fast you kick their ass out, because that's about having self-worth. And our self-worth is what makes us attractive to people anyway. If we're a doormat, the only person that wants to be with a doormat is somebody who's sick and a control freak. And I don't think that there's that type of energy. I don't get that at all. But I'm saying that it's what that leads to. You know what I mean? And this person is not appreciating the relationship. The Four of Cups is someone who doesn't care about a spiritual connection. They see it, they know it's there, but they're just bored. Look at this person. That's not someone who's ready. Doesn't mean the connection's not strong and it's not there. They're just not ready. So you have to move on from that. Doesn't mean that you have to move on forever, but in this moment you can't. Why would you want to sit and wait for somebody who feels this way about the connection? You don't. Doesn't and that's a big lesson I've learned about loving someone. Loving someone has nothing to do with what they're giving you in return, because it's not, loving someone is not the same thing as putting yourself in a situation with somebody. You can love somebody unconditionally, and that's a very healthy, good thing to do. But you don't have to give them any more than they're giving you. And you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. That's not healthy. To give someone more than they're willing to give you is a very unhealthy behavior. And none of us want to be doing unhealthy stuff up in here. You've got the major arcana here is the Wheel of Fortune. It's saying you're on the cusp of a new cycle, and you have to recognize what's the message from Spirit about what cycle you're trying to get out of and what new cycle you need to begin, because the universe is trying to speak to you really loudly and clearly, Colleen. And I know it's not really what you're wanting to hear right now. I can feel that, but it's what you need to hear. And I have to tell you what Spirit sends through and what I connect to more than what you're like wanting me to say. I could sit here and say, no, it's not over. No, it's not supposed to end. But that's not going to do you any good to hear a lie. You need to focus on yourself, your passions, the things that inspire you, and being creative. Tap into your creative energy, the thing that makes you feel good about yourself, the thing that, what's your superpower? What is Colleen's superpower that makes her different from everybody else? Tap into that and go out and do that. Then people like Joey will realize you see your self-worth, and they will see that worth more than ever. And then if there is a chance for that, let it happen the right way. This is not a healthy thing, and it's not like someone's abusive, but it's on a trajectory that, like, that's just not, it feels very unbalanced right now, and that's not a good sign. So just be aware of that, okay, Colleen? Okay. I think Kim put her, Kim, Kim, yeah, go ahead and put your question back up. I think it got deleted. Did you delete it, Kim? I have so much going on and don't know what to ask, so I want to leave the message to my, okay. The ringing in my ears. The whisper, the colors are bam. Oh, the ringing in your ears was a whisper. So that's good then. What does Kim need to know? What does Kim need to know? Yeah, you've got, so you've got to ride a big line. You're supposed to really find like this balance right now. It's like walking a tightrope between healing and all of this truth that's going to just flow in, but also not letting it go to your head, because there's some ego, potential issues with ego here. And I don't think it's ego in the sense of like, oh, I'm the king. It's more like be careful of attaching your self-worth to anything outside of your existence. You are you are an expression of source energy that is worthy. And so that's all that you need to know. You've got the Empress card here, major energy of you just sort of growing in this path of abundance. This is like a pregnancy, but it's not about giving birth to a child. This is about what that truth, this gift that you've got that's being sort of honed and shined through. And remember, when Ginger came through, a big part of the message was to always choose love and act on those emotions, and not let fear be your choice or the walls and that we put up. You've got so much healing coming here, and it's just really important to strike that perfect balance and be like a person walking a tightrope, allowing this energy of, it's like a gestation period. It's a period of growth, and at the end of it, something really big is coming. And it starts with this truth. Again, a lot of need to really have that pineal gland opened up, or third eye opened up, sort of the decalcifying of the pineal gland, the awareness that comes from just that stillness. I don't know about the ringing in the ear. I'm not really getting much about that. I think that's gonna begin to really go away though. That Four of Swords that speaks of healing. I think a big a big portion of that is going away in a very fast manner. It may happen just like overnight, like all of a sudden it may just be gone. So just be aware of that, that it's probably just going to be gone all of a sudden. So that's good news. But yeah, good things coming your way. Welcome them in. Don't get too big for your britches, but ride that line between the healing that comes and the empowerment and staying humble and focusing on love. You've got a lot of truth coming your way. That Ace of Swords is just the gift of truth and understanding. Yeah, I thought it still was, so that's really good that it's quieting down. Okay, Maurice, is Maurice here? I've got Maurice, Kaylee, Jennifer, and Betty. Those are the four left. If any of those want to throw your question up, I'll move to any of you next. Bella. I didn't, did I don't have you on my list, Bella. Did you send money? Or did Bella win a freebie? Betty? Okay, Kaylee. Oh, Jennifer and then Kaylee. Okay. Will Randy and Jennifer have a long committed relationship? No, let's go ahead and close the list out, guys. I gotta go soon. Yeah, but you need to be aware that this person is going to be someone who you may get your feelings hurt sometimes in this connection because this person has a tendency to get caught up in their headspace, Jennifer, and not be so emotionally giving. There's a lot of passion on the horizon for this connection, so it's going to kind of explode in passion really soon. So that's something really cool that's coming. You're being called to kind of grow into this Queen of Swords energy to match that King of Swords. Apparently, you guys can have very good, deep intellectual conversations and discussing things that you have in common that really require sort of a high-minded and intellectual level of conversation. And I think when you do that, that can lead to more emotional openness that you might desire in this connection, but it's got to start from a place of mental energy, that air energy, that communicative, logical energy. And it seems like that's just a real place that you need to be open to just keeping it there sometimes with you and Randy, and that will allow the relationship to grow in love. So I don't feel that it is going to be a loving, committed relationship right now. Ooh, what's the death card about? Okay. So what's happening is it's not going to be that loving committed relationship right now. It's kind of more based on, like I said, that kind of intellectual leading to the other stuff. So you focus on that. If you guys have an ability to communicate in that way, that's good. But you've got a new beginning here that's going to be very worthwhile. The Ace of Pentacles is Spirit offering you a chance for this thing to be very connected, and the connectivity of this, there's sort of like this connective tissue that brings you from a place of intellectual knowledge and wisdom and communication to the heart space stuff. And right now you're moving to the middle of that, which is like this Ace of Wands, that passion. So it's all kind of connected, but you have to sort of be patient with the way it's going to cycle through. It feels like you're going to go from one phase of the relationship to another where different parts flow more freely, different elements. So be patient with this relationship, and yes, it does have the potential to be loving and committed. Thank you, Jennifer. Kaylee. Thank you. I'm glad that you got the validation, Jennifer. What path isn't it for Kaylee? Well, whatever path you're on, this means victory. The Six of Wands is about victory, Kaylee. Now, be aware. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Bella. You didn't win, I don't think. I would have put you on the list. I don't think you won. I'm sorry. Um, the Six of Wands, here's the thing about the Six of Wands. You're on a path to victory. You've got the Strength card, though, and the Six of Wands is a victorious, like, successful path, but it's tough. It's not, it's, sorry, my battery's about to die, guys. It's like hard fought, okay? We got to get this thing going. It's hard fought, okay? You've also got the Two of Swords in reverse. So that blockage you're feeling of not knowing what to choose and what path to go in, you're coming out of that. You have a really strong connection to this moon energy. So when the moon is full, that's a great time to sort of um, feel intuitively what you really want, because like with a new moon, that's a great time to sort of manifest and write down your goals, and the full moon is when you reap the harvest. So that's a good time to bring it in and feel, what is it that I truly want here. The strength card tells me there's a lot of Leo energy coming into your life, and that's an energy that can have to do with being very social and very confident. So I think what you need to remember is, whatever path you choose, make sure it's what you're most confident in about yourself. Don't focus on fixing your weaknesses. I always tell people this, don't focus so much on fixing your weaknesses. Focus on improving your strengths. That's the path for you. But you're on a path to victory. The sun energy, a lot of Leo energy, that's like the king of the jungle, the lion, the protector. There's this energy, it's either you or someone close to you that's very protective energy. So if you're being called to do something that really helps young people, or is very protective in like a counselor or social worker type way, whatever that could be, if there's something like that, don't be afraid to do that, because you'd be very good at it, okay? Betty, I know you haven't gone, and I don't know what happened to Maurice, so I'm just going to move on to the next. I think Betty put her question up, didn't she? Betty, did you put your question up already? Okay. Betty wants to know if she did the right thing letting go of her twin flame Capricorn. You're welcome. Good luck, Kaylee. Oh, Maya, did you send up? I'm sorry, Maya, I didn't put you on the list. I didn't know you had sent anything. I don't have you on my list, Maya. Did you send it to Cash App? Sorry, guys, I'm getting tired. When I get tired, I have to quit, because it's not going to do you or me any good. The readings won't even be good, because I can't even connect when I get like this, and my battery's almost dead. I didn't see yours come through, Maya. I may have missed it, Kay. I don't know. I'll have to go look. I sent it weeks ago. Okay. I'm going to be back tomorrow night, so you'll want to get a good reading anyway. And I'll go ahead and verify it tomorrow, and then I'll come back tomorrow night, and you'll be at the top of the list. Or if you want to email me, you can send me your one question to my email, and I will respond. Okay, I'll find it. Six of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Hierophant. You're doing the right thing walking away, but you need to understand, more important than that is, you've got to find balance here. You've got to find balance and really find motivation. The Hierophant is looking at this Eight of Pentacles. See that? Do you see that? You know what that tells me, Betty? That tells me that the Hierophant, that's the thing. This is destiny stuff, okay? This is meant to happen this way. So definitely you did the right thing. You were following, I feel like you were following your intuition. You've got the Star card as an overall energy, a major transformation. Your wishes are coming true. If someone in your life has had like an aneurysm around like their late 50s, maybe around age 58, and I don't know if they had a problem or died from it, or if there is someone in your life, mother, grandmother, someone in their 50s, mid to late 50s, have them get some kind of a scan to make sure that they don't have any like potential for an aneurysm, okay? That's very important. That's a very important message. Or if it is someone who did have that that's coming through, then they're on the other side really helping you to, I don't feel like it's someone on the other side though, but you do have a lot of help for this transformation coming through. But you've got just this beautiful energy. The Star is definitely that water bearer, and it's all about opening up your third eye. Oh, you did have some, okay. Opening up the third eye. You've got a lot of help on the other side. You're being guided. Don't mistrust your intuition. You did exactly the right thing. The only thing I could say is, it's important. This was, I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles, not Eight. It's important to find, I said, I read the card right, but I called it the Eight of Pentacles. Balance is so important right now, because it's going to allow you to really pursue what your heart desires. And I know that your heart does, you know, desires a lot of things that maybe you can't have all at once. There's an old saying, you can have it all, but you can't always have it all. You can have it all, but you can't have it all at the same time. And that's just so true, right? I know that I get it. I think we all get that, right? You can have it all, but you can't have it all at once. So just know that you're doing the right thing. This is about you, your soul growth, and your expansion. And it's going to be okay. The Eight of Cups is walking away from something that means a lot to you, but you're moving towards something even better. And so just know that and have faith in that, okay? Michael, I didn't get to do your question. I didn't get your question. What was your question, Michael? What was your question? My phone's about to cut off. I may have to do you tomorrow night, Michael. I didn't do your reading, Michael. I did not do your reading. I'm going to come back and do Michael and Maya tomorrow night. So if you guys hear this, I'm going to come back tomorrow night because I've got to go charge my phone and I've got to rest. Yeah, but we got cut off. I didn't do it. I'm sure I didn't. Oh, Michael, I did do your question. You're right. I'm sorry. See, guys. Phew. Yes, Michael, I did do your question. Yes, I did do you're right. You're absolutely right. Please take that message to heart. And yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just not on it at this point. So keep trusting your intuition. I am cooked. I am so cooked right now. You guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow, Maya. I'll come on and do some more tomorrow. I'm going to be on Sunday as well, guys. It's going to be a busy weekend. You guys have a great night.